Woo! Here we are, back again with another Flavor of the Month deck profile. That's right, Flavor of the Month deck profile. So this time, we are showing off this lovely Geralf the Fleshwright. So, we'll start here. It's a 3-drop, 2/3. Whenever you cast a spell during your turn other than your first spell, that turn, create a 2/2 blue and black zombie rogue creature token. Whenever a zombie enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each other zombie that entered the battlefield under your control this turn. So, as you'll see, we want to play spells, we want to play zombies. The more spells you play, the more zombies you get, the more zombies you have, the stronger the next zombie is. It's pretty straightforward math, but it's also a tribute to a friend that I can no longer play Magic with. Basically, I got this card in a trade from him. I did a silly thing with this deck, well, not deck, commander, before. Some unfortunate things happened, so this deck is made as a tribute to him. It has cards that I've gotten from him in my time playing Magic since I came back in 2022, 2023. So, I wanted to show this off because it's honestly a really fun commander, and I just wanted to make a deck to remember my friend. So, we're going to go on to... we'll leave that in there. We're going to go on to the creatures. I'll just pull this off to the side, find out where I need to be, because there's a lot of different moving parts. So, with that off to the side, we'll start here. We have a couple mirrors in Silver Mirror, which taps for a blue, and Palladium Mirror, which taps for 2 colorless. Basically, the deck's going to need mana and some creatures, so these are kind of fun mana rampers. Another thing that this deck does is you'll see a decent amount of 0-cost cards, because, as the commander says, whenever something comes into play, if it's the second, third, fourth spell, you're getting a zombie. So playing things for free gets you a zombie. So that's why Ornithopter's in here. And this Memite, sure, the 1/1 for 0, because again, 0 cost, you'll pay for things. And then we're hitting the zombie section of the deck, so we have this Scab, Stitched Assistant, Scab, Goliath. They're just basic zombies, because if you play a zombie, your zombies get stronger. So I wanted to have, it's a zombie-themed deck, as you'll obviously see. Then we have Eternal of Harsh Truths with Afflict 2. Whenever Harsh Truth attacks and isn't blocked, draw a card, because you also want to have card draw, because if you don't have card draw, you can't play cards and you can't make zombies. So we have that. We have Prophet here, 5-drop Vigilance. Whenever this creature enters, draw cards equal to the number of zombies you control, or the number of zombie cards in your graveyard, whatever's greater. So, filling up your hand again. God Eternal here, it's a 4-drop, 4/5 flying. You may reveal the first card you draw each turn as you draw it. Whenever you reveal an instant or sorcery card this way, copy that card, and you may cast the copy. The copy costs 2 less to cast. When God dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, you may put it into its owner's library, third from the top. So it does kind of just keep coming back, like in the name. Overcharged Algum, Flying Exploit, and when this creature exploits a creature, counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. We also have another Mana Dork Zombie Wizard here in Carfell. Tap, add a blue, but it can only be spent to foretell or cast instants and sorcery spells, but it's a zombie and a Mana Dork kind of fits the theme. We have Poppet Stitcher. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decay. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more creature tokens, you may transform Poppet Stitcher into Poppet Factory. So creature tokens you control lose all abilities and have base power toughness 3/3, which is good for you because the counters putting on your zombies are 1/1 counters, and they're all base 2/2. So you can have them become stronger as a base 3/3. And you may transform this back, but it really... I never have when I've played it. I kind of just like the status buff to the zombie tokens. Next we have Organ Hoarder. So, enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put one of them into your hand, rest in your graveyard. Just a basic zombie. Forgotten Creation, Sulk, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may discard all the cards in your hand. If you do, draw that many cards. If you don't like what you have, it's an easy kind of way to refill your hand. We have Clever Scab. 3 tap, sack another zombie, create 2 tokens that are copies of the sacked creature. So 2 for 1 if you sack it. Kind of works out in your favor to get some stronger guys. Adaptive Automation. It enters the battlefield as any creature type that you choose. Obviously, you're going to choose zombies. It becomes a zombie, and then other zombies get +1/+1, so just a board status buffer. Jason Bright, Growing Profit, because we need ways to win with this deck, and the ways to win is honestly give the zombies flying. So whenever a zombie or mutant you control dies, if its base power was different from the base power, draw a card. That's going to happen a lot if you're adding counters onto your zombies. And come fly with me, so you can pay 2, sack a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, and it gains flying. So you can make your zombies fly as a blocker or a swinger. Giggity. Hordewing Scab. So, like I said, if it's the theme flying, other zombies you control have flying. Whenever one or more zombies you control deal combat damage to one or more of your opponents, you may draw cards equal to the number of opponents dealt damage this way. If you do, discard that many cards. Man, so it's a way of refilling your hand while also giving you that win con that we're looking for and giving zombies flying. If it's blue and it can make them fly, you gotta put it in the deck. Now we have Geralf, Visionary Stitcher. It's kind of fitting the same thing. 3-drop, run 4. Zombies you control have flying. Again, give them flying. 1, tap, sack another non-token creature. Create an XX blue zombie creature token where X is a sacked creature's toughness. So, I guess if you have some removal of non-token creature zombies that are being hunted, you can kind of get around it by tapping, sacking, and making a big zombie out of it. Same thing, fitting the theme with Eternal Skylord. Enters the battlefield, amass 2. Zombie tokens you control have flying. You're going to have a decent amount of them, and it's another way to win, because if you're pumping them up, then you just keep going. Now we're into the section where it's not really zombies, but it still kind of helps the deck. So Archmage of Ruins, 5-drop. Instant sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less. Really helpful if you're trying to play a lot of spells during your turn. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card. So cast a spell, refill your hand. Hopefully you can play that next spell that you cast. Solemn Simulacrum. Easy little ramp card here. Everybody knows what it does. With ETBs, search for a basic land, or in this case, just a basic island. Put it on battlefield tapped. When he dies, you draw a card. Very nice and simple. Another card that I got from my friend Tolerant, Sky Summoner. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 2/2 blue Drake creature token with flying. I mean, does it really fit the zombie deck? No. Honestly, no. But it fits the theme that I'm going for. So, Tolerant has made the cut. Then we have the Shoreless Sea, another great mono blue card. My Fishman, as I've called him when I was hitting people with him. Power and toughness are equal to the number of islands you control. Your whole deck, except for 3 cards, are islands. You're going to have a lot of them. Whenever it enters or attacks, put a flood counter on target land. It's an island in addition to its other types for as long as it has a flood counter on it. And then the first instant or sorcery spell you cast each turn costs a blue or 1 colorless less to cast for each land you control with a flood counter on it. So, if you have some big spells, which there are a few big spells, you can get them for free if you have Mr. Fishman out with you. Everybody's favorite Roaming Throne. Just such a wonderful card for so many reasons. Ward 2, 4/4, 4-drop for 4. Choose a creature type. You choose whatever Geralf is, so human or warlock, either one. It becomes the chosen type, and if a triggered ability of another creature you control, the chosen type triggers an additional time. So basically, you're getting 2 for it. So you get 2 zombies, and the zombies will get basically when you create a token, you'll have your 2/2, and then the next one's a 4/4, and then a 6/6. So your counters are doubled. And it basically does the same thing with Sakashima back here. Sakashima of 1,000 Faces. Enters battlefield as a copy of anything. Legend rule doesn't apply to you. So you play Sakashima. If you have your Geralf out, especially if you have your roaming throne out, your head will hurt from the amount of math you have to do making your zombies. But if you want to play optimally and in a couple turns, 2, 1, if you're lucky, you'll be swinging for some massive damage. If you double your triggers of what the deck's supposed to do, hit outbreaks 100 times better. It's got it. Something like this has to be an auto inclusion. Now we're moving on to the instance of the deck. So there's a few of them as you want to have. You have your small ones in Brainstorm, which draw 3 cards, then put 2 on top. Consider, look at the top card of your library. You may put in your graveyard, and then you draw a card. Peek, take just a little peek at a target player's hand, and you draw a card for 1. So nice, easy, and cheap. Snap, return target creature to owner's hand, untap up to 2 lands, so you essentially can play it for free. Auto inclusion. Long-term plans, my favorite tutor that you will see. It is a 3-drop, and it does take a little bit of time, but you search your library for a card, any card in blue, shuffle your library, then put that card on 3rd from the top. Awesome card. I just think it's great. It's cheap. I think it can go in so many blue decks. Like, it's a tutor. Yeah, again, you have to wait, but I think it just goes so far. Then we have Last Top Plating. Amass 1, which you'll get a zombie army. You and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn, so if some of your stuff's being targeted, boom, you have instant protection here. Then we have Flare of Denial. You sacrifice a non-token blue creature rather than paying the spell's mana cost. It's a counter. You're going to need some counters because it's just easy interaction in blue, so counterspell, Archmage's Charm, counterspell, draw 2 cards, gain control of non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. So most of the time it's probably going to be the first 2, but it's in here as a counterspell or draw spell. Cryptic Command, choose 2, counterspell, turn target permanent to its owner hand, tap all creatures your opponent controls, draw a card. 2. Any one of those. Very good. 3 steps ahead, lovely spree card with counter target spell, create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, copy your roaming throne, it works really well. And if you want to add another 2, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. So counterspell, create something great that works with your deck, and refill your hand. Then we have the OG, Counterspell. Counters target spell. It's a great card. It's a counterspell. Shouldn't be cracking myself up with these, but for some reason I am. Moving on. Now we're into the sorcery cards. So again, we're starting with the low ones. Sleight of hand. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them in your hand, other into the other on the bottom. So refill your hand and get a cheap spell. Enter the Enigma. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Draw a card. Nice and simple. Slip through space. Same thing with a different name and no color. Devoid. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Draw a card. 1 drop. Nice and simple. Preordain. 1 drop. Scry 2. Then draw a card. Nice and simple. Flood of Recollection. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Flood of Recollection. So you can get back one of your cheap spells, get back one of your big spells, return your counter spell. Has a lot of different things to it depending on where you are in the game. And again, it's a 2-drop cheap spell, and if you have other things out, you're playing it for free most times. Empty the laboratory. This is a big one for you here. It's 2-drop X, sacrifice X zombies. Then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a number of zombie creature cards equal to the number of zombies sacked this way. Put those cards onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So, if you need some new zombies, you can just sack them, and that's a lot of zombies entering the battlefield. Just saying. It sounds pretty dang good if you can pull it off. Then we have Rise from the Tides. A bigger 6-drop sorcery. Create a tap 2/2 black zombie creature token for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. So, late game, you burn through a lot of your spells. You kind of just need some zombies. This is a good way to get in. Nice and simple. Now we are on to the lovely, lovely artifacts of the deck. So, it's a deck that I like. I have a Soul Ring in it. Every deck really should have a Soul Ring. Not all mine do if you've watched the channel for a little while, but this deck has a Soul Ring. This deck also has an Arcane Signet, which lets you add 1 mana of any color in your commander's blue identity. Sapphire Medallion. Again, we're trying to play things cheap. The deck's pretty much all blue spells. Blue spells cost 1 less to cost. Keep your costs down and your board filled. Sapphire Medallion's perfect for that. Fitting the theme, we have a lot of zero-cost artifacts in Mishra's Bauble, so you'll play it for free. Sack Mishra's Bauble, look at the top card of target player's library. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. So, it's a really awesome card. Like, you can see why it's in here. Tormod's Crypt, same thing, 0 drop, tap, exile target player's graveyard when you sacrifice Tormod's Crypt. Lotus Petal, another beautiful, beautiful promo. 0 drop, tap, sack Lotus Petal, add 1 mana of any color. It's going to continue, keep you on brand, keep your drops cheap, and give you some mana. Quarter Shield, same thing, just a 0 drop. Equipped creature gets +0/+3, has Vigilance, equip 3. Probably going to put it on your commander, because your commander's not really going to swing, but you'll at least have like a 6 toughness body. Again, mostly in here just because it's a 0 drop spell, but if you don't have anything else to do, you can equip it to your commander. We have the Mox Tantalite. Suspend for 0, rather than pay mana cost. You pay 0, exile with 3 time counters on it. Once the time counters are gone, you can tap it for 1 mana of any color, but it's still kind of just a cheap spell, you know? Mox Amber. Beautiful, beautiful card. Very, very expensive, but fits the deck just a little too well. 0 drop, tap, add 1 mana of any color among legendary creatures and planeswalkers you control. Very simple. Then we have Astronaut's Altar in here, so 3 drop, sacrifice a creature to add 2 mana. Basically, it's kind of in here if you need some more gas to play a spell. You just sacrifice the 2/2 zombie that you made, and hopefully you're making like a 4/4 zombie with the spell that you play with it. Kind of just, the machine feeds itself. The zombie dies, you get a stronger zombie out of the next spell. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Herald's Horn, to fit the tribal theme, 3 drop. As this artifact enters, choose a creature type. You gotta choose zombies. Creature spells of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast. Beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card of the chosen type, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. Nice and simple. Nice and simple Herald's Horn. Door of Destinies. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Again, gonna choose zombies. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, put a charge counter on Door of Destiny. So if you're spamming out those cheap zombies or some of the other ones, you're gonna pump this thing up. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1 for each charge counter on Door of Destinies. It works out. If you're playing spells, which hopefully you are, you're just pumping your board ever so slightly. Then we have Banner of Kinship, 5 drop. As it enters, choose a creature type. You're gonna choose zombies. Enters with a fellowship counter on each creature you control of the chosen type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1 for each fellowship counter on the artifact. So you have a big board, you drop Banner of Kinship, all your zombies just became that much stronger. So, now we're into the lovely, lovely enchantments of the deck. There's not that many, but we have things to kind of refill our hand in Mystic Remora, which, I mean, everybody kind of knows what Fish does. This is the one that's not completely updated. Cumulative upkeep. Whenever a opponent successfully casts a non-creature spell, you may draw a card. That player may pay 4 to counter it. Doesn't really happen all that often. Rhystic Study, everyone's favorite card. When an opponent casts a spell, you may draw a card unless that player pays 1. It's nice and simple. Then you have the classic zombie spell in Necroduality. Whenever a non-token zombie you control enters, create a token that's a copy of that creature. To go along with Rooftop Storm, may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for zombie creature spells. I mean, come on. Every zombie deck has a Rooftop Storm, like, seriously. And another thing to fit the theme is one of the first decks that my friend ever played with was a Curses deck. He would put it on so many people, and it always got a good laugh because someone's hit with like 3 or 4 curses, and you just don't really know what to do. So to fit the theme and honor my friend, I've had this Curses of Echo since I was in college, like 10 years ago, and I'm happy to say that it has a home here. And it kind of, it's funny enough because it does kind of work with the deck. Whenever enchanted player casts an instant or sorcery spell, each other player may copy that spell and may choose new targets for the copy he or she controls. Yeah, it gives a lot more power to everyone's board, but I just, for it puts a smile on my face when I play it, because I just hit my buddy with this and it helped pick apart his board a little bit. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, it's a cool card, and it fits the flavor and the theme that I'm going for in this tribute deck. So we're going to move on to the last section, the big fat lands. We have 3 Tree City. It's a tribal deck. It has to have a 3 Tree City. As it enters, choose a creature type. Tap to add. Colorless. 2 tap, choose a color. Add an amount of mana of that color equal to the number of creatures you control of the chosen type. It's beautiful. Reliquary Tower for max hand size. Rogue's Passage to let some things be unblockable, like your big fish man, or maybe a 10/10 zombie if you're lucky to get it that far. Then, my signature. The rest are all islands, but they're all my favorite, and I will die on this hill of foil, basics, and if you notice, every single art is just different. The one nice thing about opening bundles and all these kind of different cards on YouTube is I get different artworks of different islands, not just islands, of different basic lands. I like how these look better than the full art. That's how I grew up playing Magic, and I always wanted to have decks with foil basics if they have basics, and that's what this deck has. So, there you have it, everybody. That is my tribute deck of Geralf, the Fleshwright. If you've made it this far, let me know what you changed down below. I try to do about a deck profile on decks that I like once a month, so again, this is this one. If you enjoy, leave a like, comment, tell me what you changed. Tell me if you got a new idea for your deck, if you're doing Zombie Tribal or whatever's coming with it. But thank you for making it this far. Thank you for listening to my rant about a deck I made for my friend. So, can't really ask for more if you're all the way here at minute 28, not 28, 22 in the video, but thank you. All I can say is thank you. Definitely the channel has been growing. These deck profiles seem to be doing okay, so I'm going to keep making them as long as people keep watching them. Yeah, just stay positive, check on people you like, and keep playing the wonderful game of Magic, because it's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I can't thank you enough, as I keep saying it to drown out the last minute of the video, but you're all awesome. John_Deadcorn signing out on this video. If you like it, play it. It's a lot of fun. I mean it. Bye! Do you want a bell ring? Everybody wants a bell ring. Come on!